Hello, my name is Dr. Felix Ayodele Oyeleya. Welcome once again to my sections on research and statistic guide. Today I want to give you a sort of insight into how we choose research topics or project topic for undergraduate students that are in their final year and you have been given an assignment to conduct a research as part of the requirements to fulfill a particular degree, the award of a degree. Or maybe you are a postgraduate student and you have been wondering how to go about selecting a project topic for your program. Or maybe you are a young researcher and you have been trying to build a profile in your research career. I believe these tips will actually help you to have a good foundation. So stick with me as I give you a very brief and straightforward guide into selecting research topic. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 tips. 1, 2, 3, without wasting time. Okay? Number 1, it's important you work within your area of expertise. Okay? Research is about building on existing knowledge from the undergraduate study to postgraduate level. That is existing knowledge. There are people in the field of humanity, the field of art, the field of science, education, medicine, biomedical science. So it's important you work within that area of expertise. Research does not require you moving from one extreme area to another extreme area. Of course, you can participate in interdisciplinary research. That implies you have experts in one area coming together with experts in other areas to actually perform a particular research. But the reality is that every researcher must have an area of expertise. You must stick to that area of expertise and build your career along that area. So as a student, it's important to establish the area of your expertise. Now, the second aspect is the need to discover the gaps in previous studies. Research is about building a community. It is not about setting up or creating entirely a new settlement. So there are existing knowledge in research, and that is the goal of researching. You want to build on that existing knowledge. In fact, that is why we call it research. It means you are going over again what has been done before to add to the existing body of knowledge. And this can actually be achieved through extensive literature search. You see, research is not what we wake up all of a sudden and embark on. You must have you must have started building up on your knowledge of an existing research path. And then you want to establish if there are gaps in the existing publication, existing work, existing research output, and what have you. And this gap may be in terms of the approach, the method they actually use, or some other extra information that the previous researchers were not able to actually capture. So, but this can only happen when you conduct an extensive literature search. And with all our wonderful search engine today, you can get to understand the existing body of knowledge, and the existing gap can be very easy to come by. The third tip, which is the last one, is the need for you to familiarize yourself with the method. If number 1, you have stuck to your area of expertise, and number 2, you have established the research gap, you have discovered certain gap in your field. Now, the next important thing is that if you have now come up with a topic, you've established a gap. Now, you must familiarize yourself with the methods that could be used in accomplishing that research or conducting an investigation in that field of research. There are methods, maybe in the area of experimental study, maybe in the area of qualitative study, the use of questionnaire, the use of survey instruments, and maybe in the area of exploratory research. Now, you want to understand what are the methods. Laboratory methods are there, field methods are there. You must familiarize yourself with those methods. And how about the techniques? If you have to collect samples, there are sampling techniques that you need to get acquainted with. And these techniques are sometimes associated with some line of research. So these are very, very important guides that will actually help you to eventually arrive at a topic that is suitable. It will not only be suitable, it will also be novel because you have already walked through the whole part of previous researcher before arriving at it. I believe I've gained one or two things from this presentation. I will encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and be among the first to receive updates when I drop new video. Thank you very much for listening. I'll see you in my next class.